It said Jesus Christ, his skin color was like the color of grass, right? But it looked like he had been burnt in the furnace. What does that mean? Dark. He was very dark. Yes, dark. Michael Blackson dark. Wesley Snipes dark. Dark. So it wasn't olive complexion dark. Jesus Christ was tar. My brother right here, what's your nationality? Because I'm explaining to my brother Chris. My brother Chris. Why you? This my forum, Chris.
What do you think your nationality?
Give me 1 Corinthians 14. Watch this. What's your name, bro? What's your name?
African. He said his nationality is African.
What's your name?
Tay.
Tay. Watch this, Tay. This is the problem with black men on the earth. God made us gods to rule the earth, but this is our main problem. Read.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, and verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
This is what God says. God says, let all things be done decently and in order. Our people, we don't know order, Tay. That's hard for us. Because we won't keep God's commandments, so he let us alone to our own devices. It has destroyed us as a people. I can, but I don't have to go into the Bible and dive so deeply into that, because you can just look around at our neighborhoods and see it's all out of order. God says for the man to stand up and rule his own household. But it's 50-50 today. That's not in the Bible. But God has an order to everything. The Bible says that a woman is to raise up the children in the household. Today, the children run the household, and the parents have a little power. Did you know that a child can legally divorce their parent in the state of North Carolina?
Yeah.
A child can divorce their parent and say, I don't want you to be my parent anymore. But that ain't how God got it set to be.
Right.
So God says, let all things be done decently and in order. If I ask you a question, I'm going to let you speak because I want to hear what you say. But when I begin to speak in either correct or to edify more on it, I expect you to give me that same respect. That's our problem, Tay. We as a people have zero order. So somebody can tell me until they blue in the face that I'm a man, I do this, my household is this, but I'm going to know a tree by their fruits. If you come out here and you act all belligerent, I'm going to know at home, yes, ain't in order. You can tell me what you want. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you wear around your neck, what stones you wear, what rings you got, how many goddamn books you don't read. You are lying. Because you will know a tree by their fruit. So God says, let all things be done decently and in order. That's what God says. So my question to you, what's your nationality, bro?
Yes, African.
You said African American.
No, he said African.
He said African. African, you see? That's the problem. He said African, you say more, somebody else say African American. Listen to what God says, Tate. Go back to Isaiah 1 and 3.
That's the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
So what God is doing is, when you read the Bible, Tate, God had one set chosen people. He made all nations, but he chose one of those nations to rule everybody else. That's us. And he told them, if you keep my commandments, I'm going to bless you. But when you break my commandments, I'm going to curse you. I'm going to put you on the bottom of everybody. You understand what I'm saying? So God is telling the Israelites, he's comparing us to a jackass and an ox. Those are two dumb animals. I don't know if y'all, I grew up on the farm. So when I read the scripture, I understand it perfectly. You understand? Read it again.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel.
But listen to what God says. He says, but Israel, these 12 families right here, you would probably be, I'm just assuming, I can figure out if I speak more to you, you would probably be an American black though. Me, my father was Haitian, so I'm from the tribe of Levi, but you would be from the tribe of Judah, most likely. God says the Israelites, you American blacks, read.
But Israel does not know.
We don't know where we come from. You understand? That's what God is saying. We get that. See, what happens is, hey, a lot of people think we just do this like on the weekend thing. We do this all the time. So we have the experience. We know what our people going to say before we ask them the question. But it's not our job to judge. It's to provoke thought so we can edify and teach our people who they are because we don't know. He said he was Moorish. Somebody else said something else. We are the only people on the planet say to have all these different nationalities on us as a people. You understand? But if I go to the Chinese place where they sell wings and I ask Ling Ling, what's your nationality? She gonna know. Excuse me. She gonna know whether or not she's Chinese, Filipino, Japanese, or Korean. She gonna know. If I go to the corner store with an Arab man, you understand what I'm saying? I say, what's your nationality? He gonna be able to tell me where his father's from. But our people, we don't know. The land of Africa was named after a white Roman general named Leo Scipio Africanus. He was a white man. So to say you African, you don't even realize that you're saying you belong to this white man. The land of Africa was not even called Africa at one point. White people changed it to that name. Have a good one, Chris. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a fly.
So you see how lost as a people we are. That don't make no sense. But listen to what God says. Job 8:8. This is what we have to do. We don't even know we're the greatest people they ever lived. Us. We come out and we tell people that but they won't even believe us because our self-esteem is so low. The places where we live are run down. Gang violence plague the neighborhood. Drugs plague the neighborhood. Prostitution plague the neighborhood. Right? We don't even know. We don't even consider. What you got?
The book of Job, chapter 8, verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age.
So God says that we have to, what does it say? Read it again. I lost my thought.
For inquire.
Right. Inquire. God says inquire of the former age. Inquire means to ask, thing. But the thing is, we don't even know who to ask. But God says to inquire of the former things. That means things that happened in the past. Read.
And prepare thyself. What? And prepare thyself.
And we have to prepare ourselves, our mind, read,
to the search of their fathers.
the search of our fathers. If I ask you, and it's rhetorical, if I ask you, name some of your forefathers, you would probably say Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Frederick Douglass. But our history started before the slave ships thing. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what I mean by that. Give me Genesis 2:7. Our history started way before the slave ship. But we as a people, as a whole, we don't know these things. All of the prophets in the Bible are black men. Did you know that, Tay? Let's read it for the brother.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 7.
Now, when you read the Bible, Tay, God commands us to read the Bible precept upon precept. And what that means is the Bible explains itself. Meaning I can read something in Genesis and it'll be explained in the Psalms of Solomon. And then it'll be explained in Daniel. And then it'll be explained furthermore in Revelation. It'll be explained furthermore in Job. Because the Bible defines itself. There's no private interpretation of the Bible. It explains itself. Read what you got.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
So this is Adam. This is in the beginning, the creation. It said God formed Adam of the dust of the ground. Now my question to you, Tay, is what color is the dust, the dirt?
Brown.
Brown! So that means Adam, what was his complexion?
Dark.
It was dark. Okay, so now I got you on the horse thing. You riding with me, right? You said, at least I know Adam was a dark man. But watch this, Job 30:30. At least you know he was dark, and that's good, that's a start. But we here today to tell you, Tay, not only was Adam what you would say like a dark man, because what's in our mind most of the time is dark like Arabian dark, like Middle Eastern dark. No. Read what you got.
The book of Job, chapter 30, verse 30. My skin.
What's your skin, Tay? Point to your skin. You're like, that's a silly question. Watch this.
My skin is black.
Is what?
Black.
Is what?
Black.
Read.
Upon me.
You know what the prophet Job said? He said, my skin is black upon me. You looking at the Bible like it's something crazy. You never read that, right?
Yeah, I probably have read that. That used to be a deep long time.
Okay.
Yeah, I've read that before.
All right. Give me Lamentations 4:8. Watch this. Job wasn't the only black man. Color is throughout the entire Bible. Okay?
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 8. Their visage,
Stop. When it says visage, that's how you look. Visage, visual, right? So it's saying the way they look visually, read it again.
their visage is blacker.
What?
Blacker.
What?
Blacker than a coal.
What does that mean?
Blacker than a coal.
Yes. Jeremiah is saying the way they looked, they were blacker than a coal.
That's right.
You look like you got some. You look. I see your whole expression change when I read that. Give me Song of Solomon 1 and 5. That's when I asked the brother earlier, what is our walk about? This is what our walk is about. Spreading the gospel to the 12 tribes who don't know who they are. Read.
Book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon.
So this is King Solomon now. When you read Christian commentaries on the book of the Song of Solomon, it tells you that a woman wrote this. I don't know if you know that, but I mentioned that because you said you was a deacon. You may have heard that. But in the very first verse, it tells you the Song of Songs, which is Solomon.
Right.
Which means he wrote this. It's an allegory to something else. That's why it seems like a woman wrote it. Read.
Song of Songs, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black.
I am what?
Black, but comely.
So Solomon, King Solomon says, I am black, but comely. Comely means handsome. So what is Solomon saying? I'm black, but I'm beautiful. It said in the Bible first. That's in the Bible. Give me Jeremiah 14. Give me Jeremiah 14 and 2. Color is throughout the entire Bible.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourning.
So listen to what it's saying, Tay. It says Judah mourning. When you read the New Testament, right, and it speaks about the Jews, it's talking about these people here. The people, the tribe, which was the tribe of Judah. When you read about Israel's 12 sons, right? Jacob's 12 sons. The Jews are in mourning. And the gates languish. A gate protects something. So symbolically, allegorically, is making reference to our leaders because we as a people don't have leadership in our community. The white man in his media, he pushes for Lil Wayne to be our leader, LeBron James to be leader. People who aren't leaders at all, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Sexy Red, these are our leaders because that's who we ascribe to be like, aspire to be like, right? So God says our leaders are lacking, Tay. Read it again.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
So the Jews are in mourning. Why? This is a prophecy. Why are the Jews mourning, Tay? Because they're getting shot down in the street.
Right.
Police brutality and no justice comes forth. So it says the Jews are in mourning. We in all the ghettos. No matter where you go on the planet Earth, Tay, the Jews are in the ghettos.
That's right.
When we go to the Bahamas, guess where our people is? The ghettos. When we go to Belize, which is the tribe of Naphtali, guess where our people is? The ghettos. When we go to Sierra Leone in Africa, the blackest place on the planet, where are people at? The slums, the ghettos. You would think, Tay, at least in Africa, we would be the ruling class. But God says, no. Because you broke my commandments, I'm going to put you on the bottom. So the Jews are in mourning. Read.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
It says they. It says the Jews are in mourning, and then it says they, meaning the Jews, read,
are black.
are what?
Black
Read.
unto the ground.
They are black like dirt. When it says Adam was made of the dust of the ground, it said the Jews were also, meaning they were black. Let's go to Revelation 1:14. Colors throughout the entire Bible. We can read a handful of more. We can read a handful of scriptures that we haven't went over yet. But I want to ask you a question after we read this last one.
1:1. The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So when you read Revelation, say, that's what the book is about, the revelation of Jesus Christ. When it said, watch this. Give me Psalms 40 and 7. Psalms 40 and 7, real quick.
What he said, like, revelation of Jesus Christ, like, is just what he said, right?
He said, I'm about to explain it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 40 and verse 7. Then said I.
This is Christ speaking through David. The Spirit of Christ speaking through David. Read it again.
Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book.
So Christ is saying he comes in the volume of the book. That's what I was trying to explain to the brother that was here earlier in the orange. The only reason the book of Ruth is in the Bible because it talks about the lineage of Christ. That's the only reason. So Christ said, I come in the volume of the book. Read the last part of it.
It is written of me.
The Bible is written about Christ. That's the mystery. The whole Bible is about Christ. When you read about Adam, that's Christ. When you read about the God we were dealing with in the wilderness, that was Christ. When you read about Daniel, about the man he saw with the skin like bronze, the woolly hair, that was Christ. The whole Bible is about Christ. So when we get to Revelation, read verse 1 again.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revelation, meaning the complete understanding of Jesus and what he came to do, was given to John. That's why it starts off like that. So John says, this is the correct understanding of Jesus Christ. How you doing, my brother, right here? We read about the description of Christ. If I asked you what color Christ was, what would you say?
I'd say he would be a complex color of me.
Okay, he said color like you. Why not just say he was black then? Is that so hard?
I mean, in a way, you can't say he's black, but most people not all black.
I got you.
He's not black.
You're not black. Okay, so you mean, when you say he looked like you mean exactly like you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that. Give me verse 1 again. Read it again.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So this is the revelation, the revealing of Jesus Christ, right? A revelation means to reveal. Why did Jesus Christ have to be revealed? Because today in our time, they teach us that Jesus Christ is a white man with stringy dog hair and blue eyes.
Yeah.
And he looked like this. That's not true. So it had to be written in the Bible how he looked. Read what you got. I like that.
Book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Christ.
See the prophecy? This is Jesus Christ's words. This is in red. It said, there shall arise false Christ, meaning the Antichrist. Who is it talking about? The so-called white man. The so-called white man is the Antichrist. When you read Revelation and it talks about the great red dragon, it's talking about the white man. I know that nobody want to hear that. But God said that.
That's right.
Go back to Revelation.
Book of Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So this is the revealing of Jesus Christ, right? Verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So now it's saying, what's your name, bro? Anthony. Now it's saying that Jesus Christ, his head and his hairs were what?
White wool.
White like wool. So it tells you the color of his hair and the texture.
That's right.
It said it was woolly. Like your hair. Like his hair. It was woolly. That's easy to be understood, right? But we'll still believe this. As soon as we see this picture, we fall into a trance. You understand what I'm saying?
I ain't never
But it's saying it was white and woolly, right? So we know that Jesus Christ looked closer to this depiction. We don't.
As white as snow.
His hair was white as snow. When it said his head and his hairs, that means his beard, because Jesus Christ had a beard. Why? Because it was a commandment for the Israelite men to let their beard grow. As Israelite men, we can't cut our beard. You gotta let it grow. You see, he got his beard. He got his beard. It's light though. He's trying to grow it. He got his beard. He got his beard. He got his beard. This brother got his beard. We all got our beards, right? Because it's a commandment. So it says his head and his hairs were white like wool. Somebody help me with my jacket.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And it said his eyes, thank you, his eyes were as a flame of fire, because Jesus Christ, he drunk wine. It's not a sin to drink, but it is a sin to get drunk. But he drank wine. His first miracle was what? Turning water into wine. You mean to tell me Jesus Christ sinned? And you know that wasn't no bad wine. You know that was the best stuff.
Yeah. Right.
So he drank wine. Read on.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
Saying, look, back then, nobody got any garments today. Back then, during the Bible times, they wore garments. Long, well, how we would say robes, right? So John, the disciple, looked down at Jesus Christ's feet, and he's describing what he's wearing, how he looked. He said he had woolly hair, right? Read the part again.
And his feet.
And his feet. Is your feet the same color as the rest of your body?
Yeah.
For the most part. Your feet may be a little lighter because you wear shoes. But remember, back then, what they wear? Sandals, right? So read it again.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet was like unto fine brass, meaning like the color of a penny. Fine brass. Read.
As if.
As what?
As if.
As if. So now it's going further to describe the complexion, Anthony. It said it was already brown, but it was as if
they burned in a furnace.
What does that mean? It said Jesus Christ, his skin color was like the color of brass, right? But it looked like he had been burnt in a furnace. What does that mean? He was very dark.
Yes,
Dark. Michael Blackson dark. Wesley Snipes dark. Dark. So it wasn't olive complexion dark. Jesus Christ was tar. You understand what I'm saying? I don't say that disrespectfully. We come into the understanding of who we are, and everybody want to be black now.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? We all want to look like Christ. So Jesus Christ was a very, very dark-skinned man. Now, my question to you, you just got here, but we're gonna catch you up, all right? My question to you, Tay, all of these black people that the Bible speaks about, what happened to them?
They were. I know that's because John was he was banished to the island of the Bible.
Yes, sir. I think like 63 A.D.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I know a lot of disciples were killed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But here's what you gotta realize though. It was more Israelites than just the 12 disciples in Jesus Christ. All of the disciples were black too.
Right.
All of them. Even Paul was black. Peter was black. John was black. All of these men were black men. Have you seen the Book of Clarence?
No.
That's a good movie in the sense of how it shows how the people of the Bible really look.
I was skeptical about watching it. Yeah, I was like,
You seen it?
I haven't seen it yet. I was skeptical about watching it.
You gotta watch the movie to let you know what was really going on. All those people were black, bro. Jesus was not the only black man in the Bible. We just read Job was black, Solomon was black, right? If Solomon was black, that means his father David was black. Adam was black. Did you know all that? You knew all that? Okay, so my question to y'all is, what happened to these black people that the Bible talks about? Say it again.
They don't follow him, man.
Did you say they unfollowed him?
Yeah, they stopped following him.
Okay, let me be more clear. When we read in the Bible about the Romans, right, in the New Testament, who are they today?
Today? I can't answer that.
Okay, let's be a little bit more simple. The Romans are white people.
Right.
Yes or no?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes, right? That's common knowledge. Okay. The Bible speaks about Ishmael and his descendants, which we know are the Arab people today. The Bible talks about the Moabites, which are the Chinese people today. The Ammonites, which are the Japanese people today. What happened to the Israelites? These people whose skin were black, was black as coal, was black like grass. What happened to all these black people? What I'm saying is you can read about every other nationality and we know who they are today, but we don't see ourselves in the Bible anywhere. So what happened? What happened to all these black people? Who are they today?
Can I say they wasn't slaves ripped of their heritage and stripped of what they know today?
You can. You would be absolutely correct.
That's right.
You'd be absolutely correct.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is